Mason Show Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com. I'm Stephanie Rusio. Alongside me is Hofstra Women's Cross Head Coach Shannon Smith. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I'm doing really well. So now let's just get right to it. So obviously a tough loss against Fairfield last Saturday. Talk us through that game.
It was a tough loss. We jumped out to a 5-2 lead with about 15 minutes left in the first half, and I think we struggled there for about 10 minutes in that half, from the 15-minute mark to the 5-minute mark. We had some mental mistakes both offensively and defensively, and we were never able to recover from that. And something similar to like the Wagner game, we gotta learn how to play with like leads. And we're struggling on the draw control right now, but there were some positive things that we came out of that. And it's always nice to get these things out of the way in the beginning of the month of February, so that we're ready to go when conference play happens in April.
Speaking of a positive note, Alyssa Pearl has 7 goals, 1 assist. I mean, what have you been seeing from her in the first 3 games of the season and her first 3 games of her college career?
She works extremely hard out on the field, and she's a very confident player. And she works really hard both on the offensive side of the field and the defensive side of the field. So she's not only just putting up numbers on the offensive side of the field, she does her role defensively as well. She usually marks up against opposing teams' top midfielders and has a tough defensive matchup. So she has a lot on her plate as a freshman, but she's really stepping up to it.
Now, who else in that game do you think played really well and people aren't really talking about?
Yeah, I thought Grayson Corbett had a good game for us. She played sound defense. Didn't really make too many mistakes, and some of our other defenders, we'll get them back onto that page. I thought some of them, had a little bit of an off game, but again, they're very young down there. This is a brand new group of 7 players and a goalie, so we got 8 people down there that have never played together, and they're just getting a lot of experience right now with one another. And I thought that Alexa Matera did very well for us, another freshman that, once we get her scoring a little bit more, she does a lot for us in between the 30s. So has a great game. And Drew Shapiro and Carly Ancona, our 4 middies, really played well and had a lot of hustle plays out there, that some things that might not show up on the stat sheet. So we're watching them grow, and we're going to continue to get better.
Now, you were talking about the draw control before. Obviously, it was in Fairfield's favor last game. What do you think has to change to get ready for the Maryland game?
Yeah, we just need to we got to become more fundamentally sound on the draw and have a couple of different weapons on it. We've been working on that really hard this week at practice, but also just think it comes down to wanting to get a ground ball on the draw circle. I think we got beat on that a little bit, so we'll change those things around. We've been working hard, and the players know what they need to correct.
As for offense and defense, what are you guys preparing for this tough matchup against Maryland on Saturday?
Yeah, Maryland is a very dominant program, extremely well coached, and they're coming off a big win against UNC. They have a strong defense, and you're really going to have to be able to dodge one-on-one against them, make them slide to then hit the backside. If we can get their defense moving and get some of our better players in positions to dodge, we just have to be able to finish our shots. And then offensively, they have a lot of weapons offensively, so it's going to be a great test for our young defense, but I think they're extremely excited for the challenge that they have ahead of them. And hopefully Maddie Field, she's starting to get back on track this week, so we're expecting a big game from her as well, and we'll just be really excited to see what we can do offensively and defensively against such a great team for us.
Speaking of Maryland's offensive scores, they don't really have that high score, but they have a lot of scores in general. How is your defense going to try and stop them?
We got to play team defense. We have to really be able to stop them on a one-on-one, and then our 2 slides have to really be there. Our show and our 2 slides have to really be there on the defensive side of the field, and we can't allow them to have second chance opportunities. So if they make a mistake, or if we have a cause turnover, or there's a rebound on a shot, we got to be able to come up with those ground balls. We have to eliminate our mistakes both offensively and defensively, because a team like Maryland is going to capitalize on them, and then we're going to try and push the ball with our midfielders.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck in your next game.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the WB Mason Show Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.